Hey folks, we are back at it. We're going to finish up our contraption that we've assembled here and sort of get it where it needs to be. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line off and cut these at an approximate height to get it good and flat. And then we'll take a little 2x4, lay it across the top, and square this up and bolt this thing down, or screw it down, I should say. And I will also take some leftover bits of cabinet that I have sitting around. I'm going to cut those up and place them onto this base as a means of binding these pieces all together just a little bit better than they are now. It's a little too loose. Like, you know, a max of about 2 screws, like you can see it moving. It's moving, all right? It's moving in there. Like the screws are not enough, or maybe I need to tighten them up just a hair, but I don't want to strip them out of this pine. If you've never been running screws into pine, it can go poorly fast. So I'm going to do some things to firm this thing up, and I'll probably run some glue into it here and there. I don't want to take it all the way apart and glue everything together at all. I have no interest in doing that, so I'll probably just throw some on it and see what happens, but we shall see. Anyway, let's get to work. Enough talk. Less talk, more work. Here we go. So here's something fun. I've got this bolt that I'm using to attach the handsaw to the stand. Alright? Got this bolt. Here it is. And of the literal thousands and thousands of nuts and bolts I've got, none of them will fit this. I can't even explain it. I don't know what happened, but I have no nuts. The bigger ones and smaller ones. Got none that'll fit this. It's the craziest thing. All I could find is an air attachment. So this would go to an air line that will thread onto these threads. And it's all I've got. So I'm using it. I have the bandsaw set up. It's all ready. Everything looks good and tight. It is in pretty good shape. I'm not going to complain about it too much. I think it'll ride. What I'm going to do now is, one, mention that my foot switch is in the garage, but I think it's in an area of the garage that is currently inaccessible. Alright, and as a result of it being inaccessible, I am going to run this bandsaw in a different way. Alright, I'm going to run it by plugging it in. I cut a little piece of wood here. I could just jam into the trigger so I could get this thing running and use both hands to control what I want to cut. Okay, so that's the plan here. We're going to see how this all turns out. This will be the first time using the bandsaw, so safety first. Let's all hope for the best. And also, I need to figure out how I want to mount my table. Folks, this is amazing. What just happened, that right there, blows my mind. I never thought it would be that easy. I mean, that is thick, thick metal. Really thick, strong stuff. I cannot believe, like, I could have just shot right through that and never been worried about it. That is amazing. I cannot, like, wow. Wow, what a machine. Holy cow. Oh, I'm real pleased. That turned out great. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and unplug it. Being that we're going to have our fingers in and around all these mechanisms here in a second. That is, whew, that blows my mind. My mind is officially blown by what just happened. Wow. Alright, I've gone through and I've cleaned this plate up. I've gotten all the burr off of it. So now it goes on and off pretty easily, which is good. The question becomes, how do I transfer these holes into this metal plate? Because they have to be perfect or else this won't work. And I only have one metal plate, so it better be right or we're going to be in big trouble. So how do you do it? Well, everybody's got methods, and I'll show you mine. Alright. First things first. Get this piece of tape. I'm going to put it sticky side up over where the holes go. Take us another piece of tape and tape that piece of tape down. Alright, see where we're going? Now, third piece of tape. I'm going to come in here and attach it to what we're dealing with here. And just make sure I get everything very, very secure on this contraption. Alright, feel decently about this. Not great, but decent. Decent enough to come in here and use my pencil to find the holes that we're looking for here. There they are. Now I'm going to take my metal plate, put it on, line it up as best I can, and then come down on top of my tape Alright, here's the razor blade. So I'm going to hold that down. It's going to come in here. Cut this tape right on off. There. That's gone. And I should have my holes in approximately the right position. Good and tight. This is the way. And now I've got to, I'm going to loosen up the table of my drill press. All right. Rotate in the vise. Place my plate into its appropriate location. Perfect. Fingers crossed that this is all perfectly lined up and all that fun stuff. And away we go. Work out the way it's supposed to work, these holes have to be countersunk to a depth that will allow the screws to be below the surface of the steel so that things can glide across the surface of the steel. To do this, I went and measured the diameter of the screw head. It measures out to 8 millimeters. So I got a 9mm screw, or drill rather, a 9mm drill that I can then drill out this metal and countersink these holes a little bit so that the screws do not show above the metal. So I didn't know if anybody would care to see this process, but oh, by the way, I leave the table a little loose so that the milling table, everything can move around a little, because the drill bit will self-center the table with the pressure, okay, because the holes are already there, the drill bit will self-center. Drop the screw in there. Oh, look at there. Virtually perfect. May need a little extra. May need just a little bit more. That one's perfect. This one needs just one more touch. Slide it on there. Have a little test fit. That's it. That is on there. It's not going anywhere. Smooth over the top transition. Perfectly flat. Oh man, we've done it. That is it. So, look at there, folks. There is a perfectly good working bandsaw. It will be on a foot switch when the time comes, so that's all going to be worked out. I have the foot switch sitting around here someplace. I just haven't had a chance to hunt it down. I think it's in one of the back areas of the garage here that are currently full of cabinet stuff. But yeah, there it is. In all of its glory, there it is. That is great. What a wonderful tool. And again, when I need to store this, I can simply loosen my vise. Make sure we're unplugged here. Loosen my vise. Wrap my cord around it, so to speak. And the whole thing Comes out in one piece. If I need it, I just take it, drop it in, clamp it down. What a wonderful thing. Oh yeah, that's where it's at. That is where it's at. Whew, mercy. Thanks for coming along with the ride here, folks. I am super happy about this bandsaw. It's so great. Like running it for the first time and seeing how quickly and easily it cuts metal completely blows my mind. I am beyond satisfied right now. I can't wait to use it on some projects so I can give you a good review of the bandsaw itself. But the setup, the table, the stand, all of this, I mean, it ain't beautiful, it's not perfect, but holy cow, like it's not going anywhere, you know? Like it is not going anywhere. I'm very happy. Chance of this falling and hurting somebody is virtually non-existent. You'd have to tear the screws out of it to make it fall, so I'm real pleased. I may come in and add a little more reinforcement to it before it's all said and done, but hey, I'm happy. I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm very pleased with all the purchase that I have made and the way it's set up. We're good. Alright, so thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed going along this journey with me, and I hope to see you on the next one. So thanks. Have a good day.